My name is Lindsay Lee Hobson, and I work with forward-thinking organisations to elevate their emerging leaders and create the ultimate next generation of leadership. I'm also the founder of the Learning and Development Collective, where driven and passionate L&D professionals come together to exchange trending topics, innovative ideas, and the best suppliers for their training calendars. And I'm here with one such supplier today, and I'm so excited and happy to be introducing him to you. Dennis Gielen, the founder of the Happy Accidents newsletter. Welcome to the studio today.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
I feel like that is going to be the word of the interview because you're all about creating a culture of more happiness, which is amazing. But before we even get into that, tell us a little bit about you and what it's like to be in the day in the life of a Dennis.
Yeah, what's it like to be, well, you're getting inside my brain. This is dangerous. So, Dennis, so I would say I'm both a consultant and a coach. So I do consulting for businesses by day, and I coach other business leaders or entrepreneurs by night. So that's a high level overview of the day in the life of Dennis.
I love that. You're like Batman.
Exactly.
Great. That's amazing. And your topic is particularly important for the members of the Learning and Development Evolution. And if you're an L&D professional watching this and you're like, what is that? Or you're a forum member watching that and you're like, what is that? Reach out to me and I can let you know. It's our career development program in the metaverse where we invite experts just like Dennis in for roundtables based off the needs of our members in real time. So creating a culture of happiness, Dennis, it's such an important thing, but tell us a little bit about or what you see the impact is for L&D professionals around that culture.
Yeah, I mean, I've written a lot of different stories in my Happy Accidents newsletter, and they all trace back to the spark, the idea, the thing that ignited the original success, whether it was for a product or for a company or for a team. It can all be traced back to a happy accident moment, some serendipitous chance encounter where a fluke invention or idea is sparked and the team or the person runs with it. That's basically the recipe for success. There is no set roadmap. Just do X, Y, Z, and you're going to have a successful team or business or year. It's, hey, we got to create these environments where these amazing happy ideas can happen and then capitalize on them. That's really what it's all about.
Oh, that's fantastic. And how has this changed your life in particular? How did you end up here?
Well, I'm here as the result of a happy accident myself. I spent 20 plus years in the corporate world, and at the age of 43, 5 years ago, I was laid off for the first time. And at the beginning, I thought, well, this is terrible. It ended up actually being a happy accident because it thrust me into a new path where I decided to bet on myself and start up my consulting business. I've written several business books now. I've got the newsletter, but all due to this happy accident. And it's so fulfilling helping other companies, other people. Just love being able to lift them up and help them build that culture.
Yes, absolutely. And if you're watching this and you want to join the newsletter and be on that list as well, make sure that you comment below or reach out and Dennis will get you on that list. But happy accidents is such an interesting thought because I know for myself, I ended up here through a happy accident, but I never would have thought about it. So how is bringing this to the forefront of L&D professionals and individuals and businesses out there, the forefront of their mind, how has it changed their lives and their businesses and their teams?
Well, I think it's educating people that try as you might, you can't control. There's so many factors out there when it comes to business, when it comes to teams, when it comes to culture. You cannot just create this roadmap and everything's going to fall into place. You don't control whether there's going to be a pandemic. You don't control whether any new trends that are going to come along in the market. You don't control what's going to happen technology-wise. You can't plan for all that stuff. What you can control is the culture that we create within our organizations. And really, for me, that's around being as curious as possible, open, willing, wanting to test new ideas, and just being as creative as possible.
Yes, beautiful. And I know that you work with both businesses and individuals. So tell us a little bit what it's like on the two different fronts? Is it different working with the individuals, or is it more fun working with businesses? Like, how does your business operate? Which is why I'm asking that question.
Yeah, when I'm working with organizations, I'm more working with leadership teams, and I'm doing a lot of workshops, and I'm helping them put a lot of these things into place. When I'm working with individuals, it's more, hey, they want to start their own one-person consulting business like I did, so I'm helping them figure out how to get that up and running. So
I love that.
yeah.
Many forum members who just quietly are thinking and considering about starting their own adventures and wondering if it's a good thing to do or not. So if you're watching this and you relate to that, or you know we've had that conversation, make sure you reach out to myself or Dennis and we'll be able to get you chatting. But for the leadership teams that you work with, Dennis, because for the evolution, that's L&D professionals, and a lot of them are doing in-house training and programs. And tell us about the sort of results that you get with your leadership teams.
Yeah, really, it boils down to two different things that I'm basically working on them with. In order to create this culture where you have more happy accidents and can capitalize on those, there's two pillars that you need to really instill within your culture. And the first pillar is a pillar of customer centricity. The more you can understand your customers, be curious about your customers, observe your customers, the more ideas are going to spark. It's really about being more empathetic and understanding your customers. So what does that look like, and how do we do that? So we implement all kinds of strategies and tactics there. And then on the other side, it's, well, what are some of the principles of good innovative teams? What does that look like to have innovation be a part of your culture and something that is really rooted within the fabric of the organization? And that's creating more ideas and being open to testing more ideas and being willing to take some risks and creating that culture where those two things come together, customer centricity and innovation, is going to explode the number of happy accidents that you're going to experience as an organization.
Such an interesting topic, happy accidents, for everything I've already mentioned. But every time you're talking about it, I'm just thinking, I wonder what else in my life is because of a happy accident. So
yeah,
I can hear.
There's tons of examples out there. I mean, just for my newsletter alone, I've written 25 different articles so far. But you look at Sarah Blakely, she started Spanx. That was an accident. She just had to find something different to wear and created it herself. She didn't intend to do that, and it took off. Same with Joy Mangano, who created the Miracle Mop. That was, she spilled some wine on the floor, and none of the mops she had were able to do it, so she had to create something. Richard Branson had a bad experience with an airline, so that thrust him into the idea of, hey, I could create my own airline. That wasn't a strategy or something that he had. All kinds of companies, products just are the result of these happy accidents.
So glad that you said those examples, because so many of our members are experiencing in their businesses, programs aren't quite hitting the mark, or things they're trying to get off the ground, but they're just not quite getting there. And it sounds like from what you're saying, the whole concept of happy accidents could be the philosophy and the skills and the strategy they're needing to get what they're looking to achieve in their businesses off the ground, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
For sure. And I know that this is something that's really, it's a heart piece for you. It's something you're very passionate about, and not just because of the story that you told us about, being let go 5 years ago now and finding your way here as a result. But why is this topic, happy accidents, so important to you as an individual?
Well, first of all, because of my own experience that led me down this path to start going, well, I wonder what other people started on a path unintended, like through some sort of serendipitous moment, some chance encounter, some fluke timing. What does that look like? And the more I researched it, the more I found whoa, just about every successful company or product or person can be traced back to some sort of happy accident. Another example quickly from the entertainment world, but Elton John and Bernie Taupin, who are this amazing, pair of songwriters, they just happened to both answer the exact same newspaper ad by the record company that was looking for somebody, and they ended up putting them together, and they've put out hundreds and hundreds of #1 hits, all because of that serendipitous moment. So it resonates with me, and then when I turn that around into, okay, well, what does this mean for businesses? It means a lot. It's about your mindset, it's about your culture, and I just love bringing that to light with other leaders.
Yay! And we are so excited to have you join us in the evolution for a roundtable. So what do you feel is going to be the number one takeaway for members who are there or who go back and watch the recording from that roundtable experience?
Yeah, I hope it's some strategies and tips around how to be more customer centric, how to create that culture of innovation, and then how to really root the idea of, we don't have control over everything. We don't have this perfect script that we're going to have. What we do have is the ability to create more happy accidents and then capitalize on it.
Oh, amazing. Dennis, we are so excited, as I said, and happy to be welcoming you into the studio, into the evolution. And as I mentioned to those who are watching today, if you're not already one of our members, make sure you reach out and I will help rectify that for you. Dennis will be joining us live, but we will also be recording the session. So no matter when you're watching this, you'll be able to access it. Dennis, it's going to be a very happy experience with us in the roundtable at the evolution. Thank you once again, and we will see you in the metaverse.